Oh, why, hello there again, YouTube. Captain Quinn here, out on another awesome steelhead fishing adventure. I'm going to be fishing today with my buddy Rob Bryce, also known as Roberto. And we're going to be in hot pursuit of some steelhead here. Late fall, early winter. The snow has arrived, so it's, blanketed everything with this nice, beautiful crispness. And yeah, I'll be fishing a light sink tip with a little pink fly here that I tied up. I think I call it the pink flamingo. There's a tutorial on how to tie those. Single hand 8-weight, little OPST shooting head. Plenty enough rod for this river. It's not a huge system, but it does hold some steelhead. So we're gonna see if we can get into a few and have some fun, share some laughs, and create some stories and some memories.
Red Baron, Little Red Riding Hood, call it what you want.
This is just a beautiful fish here. How many different spay casts do you think there are out there?
Well, yeah, some guys. I'm sure they have their own that they invented.
I invented one.
Did you?
Yeah. It's called the rodeo cowboy. You want to see it?
Sure.
So this is a very... Oh, there's a fish right there.
A little trout or a...
I think it was a little trout. It's a very complicated cast. You may have heard of the parry poke, the double spay, the single spay, the snap tee, the snake roll. But sometimes you just kind of got to mix it up and, experiment and create your own casts. So I'm going to get a lot of running line ready here. And I'm going to do the rodeo cowboy. You got to load the rod in the helicopter-like motion. Lift your left leg, your right leg, your left leg, your right leg, and then fly. And you see that's a very effective way to get your line out across the water. That's the rodeo cowboy. I'll show you another one here. It's called the loop-de-jack around the back. And it's a very complicated cast as well. You just don't want to break your anchor point. You get upstream, downstream, loop the back, upstream again, around the jack, around the back. You want to see that again? That was very, very hard to do. But when you're as awesome as me, it's not that hard to do. So loop the jack around the back. It's a very complex cast. But you do catch more fish when you cast like that, because fish, they do pay attention to things like style. And as you can see, I'm just reeking of it. So much style. I'm very pungent in the style department. Once again, I'll show you that cast. There's a bite there. You liked that last cast that I did. Maybe I'll spot him. Also, we've been lucky enough to spot fish and sight fish for them. And one person's observing, and you see a couple of fish sitting in a tail out, and they're not touching your swung fly. So, the guy who's spotting will go twitch it, twitch it, twitch it. So you twitch, twitch, twitch. Oh, and then they move for it all of a sudden. So, if you get the chance to observe a steelhead or a fish in its natural kind of state, there's a bite there. Pay attention to the sign. So once again, I'll show you that So upstream, set your anchor point, down in front of you, whip it around, and then down. So upstream, set your anchor point, come back, load it, down. Very, very sexual cast. It's like the salsa, you know, like the salsa sort of Latin dancing. This is sort of like the salsa equivalent of fly casting. So if you're fishing with a member of the opposite sex, you might not want to bring this cast out because you might be making babies on the river, and you know, you might kind of upset some bystanders or some wildlife. Or attract some wildlife. Or maybe you bring a moose in during the rut. Or a bear, who knows? So just be careful with that one, that's a warning. Loop the jack around the back. You see that one, Rob? It's actually a nice looking cast.
I have one, but it's called the lambada, but it's the forbidden cast.
The forbidden cast?
Yeah.
What? Upstream, around, out. Catch your line on your waders. So I bet you didn't think that you were getting a fly casting lesson today, but that's just me, man. I'm full of tricks and surprises, and that's why I make the big bucks. So loop the jack around the back. Add that to your list of casts, parry poke and all that other stuff. Forget about it. Just that one cast.
That's kind of where I got it, right there. Fish this. Tell you the trick.
Yeah. Oh, you see that?
Yeah.
There he is.
You gonna land it up here? Or?
Yeah, up there, so. Or actually, how does it look right there? Yeah. That's a nicer fish.
Yeah. Yeah, you could land it right here too.
Okay, I'll land it there.
Or you want to go up? You might not spook it. Yeah. Right in here. Right there.
Okay. That was awesome. Such an awesome hit. The ice really adds an element.
Yeah.
Nice.
So what do you have to say?
Oh, just the bottom end of the swing. I was just waiting for it. I felt the tap on the previous cast, and so she got my blood boiling, and then finally this girl committed for me, and it feels good. Look at her there. Just awesome. See if I can nose her into that shallow spot. I don't think we'll scoop
Yeah,
her
that's
in.
true.
Man, how awesome is that? Look at that thing. Oh, there he goes.
There you go, buddy.
Oh, cool release.
I was nervous about the drone. I thought dropping there. Look how low it is. How did it go down?
Oh, fuck, yeah.
Well, just got to this pool and it took about 5 or 6 casts. Pretty confident we were going to get something, and yeah, just lobbed it out there, and yeah, sure enough, had a hit. Oh, there we go. You can see winter conditions now. Snow's on the ground, we got ice on the river. I was doing some very remote exploring on a little system here, and yeah, just nice to feel that tug.
You want me to tail him for you?
Wow. Old Red, Big Red, Red Baron, Little Red Riding Hood, call it what you want, but it always comes through.
How many fish would you say of the fish that you've caught have been on red?
Lately, like 95, 97%.
Awesome.
Ready?
Yeah.
Whew,
Show us your
feels
red.
good. So yeah, this is right here. Look at that. Doesn't look like much out of the water, but just look at this. It's got a little bit of copper tinsel there. Look at that undulate in the water. The tinsel there, back and forth. I mean, that's just, who wouldn't want to eat that?
I almost want to eat that.
Wow.
Yeah. Right under the ice. On the strip. It's always exciting, like fishing new water. You'd fished here before, I'd never fished here before. So first of all, thanks for taking me to your secret spots, Rob. I know you don't give them up easy. But you know, fishing a system now where the fish, they could have come in here in June, July, August, September, October, November. They could have just come in here. Some of these fish, most of these fish have probably been in the system for at least a month.
Yeah.
But you will get the odd fresh fish. You know, a lot of these kind of northern rivers, you get a little trickle of fish with the peak of that bell curve kind of probably happening, what, August, September?
Yeah, I think these fish are probably, we had a really low water year, so I think some of these fish may have been a little hesitant coming in this year, but had a few good bumps of water and yeah, brought them into the system now. And
so, I mean, it's just an absolute treat. Like the snow's here now, you know, it's just, it paints such a beautiful picture here for your backdrop. And I mean, everyone's, oh, it's nice to get out, it's nice to get out. And that's true for sure,
yeah.
But it's also nice to hook fish. So, I mean, if you put the two together, you're really shaping up for a wonderful experience and a great day. And this is a nice fish. Like I've just got a good glimpse at her. It looks like a buck. He's got a little bit of color on him. And let's see if we can land this.
yeah, where do you want to get him
boy,
in here?
maybe right here in the shallow spot, and I'll try to tail him. But yeah, swinging through. I felt a tap on the previous cast, and then that line just sort of tightened. He's just hanging out underneath that ice shelf. See him there?
Fish.
Wow. Oh my gosh. This is a big fish for this system, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a good sized fish.
Wow. Big buck, colored up, the double pars. This is just a beautiful fish here. And it's just an absolute privilege to get it to hand. I'm gonna pop the hook out there and release this big boy. I'm gonna let him kind of catch his breath here. Looks like his head's been beat up or bonked or smashed. He's got a chunk of his nose missing. You know, he might have been, I don't know, it almost looks like someone grabbed him and clubbed him and then it got away.
Yeah.
Which of course you're not allowed to keep wild steelhead here in Canada, so I don't know why anyone would do that. But I think he's ready to go now, so we're gonna let him go. You know, these fish, God, they're faced with a lot in life. There he goes. He's gonna go hunker down underneath that ice shelf and just catch his breath. You know, he had a good workout there. So did I, though. He put me to the test, and man, what a privilege, you know?
You know, the river is, some of the better runs are starting to ice over. The ice is taking out some of the deeper slots, but we found some water here that is definitely deep enough to hold fish. It's got some flow to it, and yeah, sure enough, there just happened to be a big male sitting in there. So it's kind of a nice surprise. One of the pools we thought we'd get some fish in was pretty much iced over, so That kind of eliminated that one, but just making our way down river, hitting pools and slots, working it along the way, and you keep doing that, you'll be rewarded eventually. So just a little tip for those of you out there, yeah, just persevere, and eventually, yeah, you'll get into something. What can I say? Amazing, just amazing.
Careful. Oh, there you go. There you go. Stuck in the ice? Well, I can honestly say I haven't seen this before. Did you get it free?
Yeah.
You still have the fish?
Yeah.
Have you seen him yet?
Yeah, I saw mine. I can't, I don't know, he's red. Where should we do it?
Maybe right here.
Here, or do you want to go to gravel right up there? On that
You want to
side?
cross? Yeah, you could cross.
There he is. He's actually pretty good size.
Let's see.
That's his tail. He's not coming out from underneath that ice.
That's his hiding spot. Ready or not, here I come.
There he is.
Oh yeah, yeah. Big male.
You always appreciate it every time you get one, especially on these smaller setups. Just how strong they are. Right, using 12-pound fluoro right now.
They're such beautiful fish, man. That's a good size though.
Yeah.
Big male. Look at the colors they take on. Isn't it insane the transformation that they make?
Wow.
It's a gorgeous fish.
Thanks for the memories. Whew. Hoping that a steelhead will see that and come up and grab it. Oh. Another 20 minutes.
Yeah.
You know, you go out 2-3 times, you fish, and nothing, you pound the water. But you do it enough times, and this will happen. You'll get into multiple fish, and that's what I say, just put in your time, you get out there, hit like these spots, and eventually you'll have a day where, yeah, you can get into a good number of fish.
Wicked.
Taking line.
He's been in here, how long would you say this fish has been in the system?
He's probably been in here a while, maybe since September.
September, so
yeah.
A month or two?
Yeah.
Oh, there he goes.
There he goes, buddy. Going the wrong way.
Oh, that way.
Yep.
There's obviously two sources of cover here for these fish. One is under these ice chunks, which she's using, and the other is the deep pool. So she's really utilizing all of them. We don't want to play her out too bad, so I'm going to try to get her in here and tail her and then let her go again. But what awesome fish, man. Like, oh man. Every time I get her, I think I got her, she takes another run on me. There's an aggressive take too. I was stripping it in and she just nuked it, so.
There we go.
Wow. What a fish, man. So this girl, I mean, the hen don't color up as much as the buck, so she could have been in here a while too, but she looks like she's in decent shape and got that nice rainbow stripe down the side. You certainly can see where they get their name, steelhead or just a sea run rainbow. And she took it on the strip, just an absolute gorgeous fish, hooked perfectly right in the corner of the mouth. That's what you want. She wasn't getting off. Oh man, she's hooked really well. There we go. Pop the fly out and get another look at this beautiful creature before we release her here, where she's going to spend the winter, hopefully fatten up a little bit, but she'll probably lose weight because they kind of go into this docile state in the cold water, and yeah, hopefully she's able to elude the predators. You'd think that 90% of their job was done once they get here, and it's just an absolute privilege to get to see a fish like this. So we're going to send her back into the water, girl, and you go do your thing. Nice to meet you. Oh, that's cold. Oh man, there's some active fish in here right now, eh? Holy potatoes. Right on. And pink is the fly of choice for me these days. Single hook, nothing fancy, no trailing hook. And I mean, it's getting the job done, so why switch, you know? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. If it's working, don't change it. That's good action though.
Let's see.
Just like that that's bordering on probably.
Is that even legal?
I was gonna say, it's so effective it might be bordering on illegal.
Look at that, the way it swirls and spins.
Yeah.
And it's got some body to it.
Yeah.
A little pink thread at the top. Wow.
Well, that's it. That's all. I'm Captain Quinn. Hope you had a great time today. I know I sure as hell did. So don't forget to subscribe, tell your friends, and we'll see you next time.